Shalom, Boker Tov. Rabbi Eric Solomon here again with some Morning Torah on Wednesday, May 20th. All right, the Torah portion, Bamidbar, wandering in the desert and wilderness. And this portion deals primarily with counting the children of Israel, making a census, preparing for the promised land. But in the midst of it, there's a section detailing, as we were walking through the desert, we carried what I like to tell our religious school kids, a portable synagogue called the Tabernacle, the Mishkan. This is what we would set up everywhere we traveled in our wandering in order to worship and pray to God. We would carry planks and poles and hooks and cloths and skins and various things, take them, plant it, reset it up. The worship was led by Moses and Aaron, and then it was brought back down. Now, what the Torah specifically delineates in the course of this counting is that Moshe and Aaron are told to count also and to make a record of the various specific tribes within tribes, kind of clans, that are responsible for aspects of schlepping, of carrying the parts of the tabernacle. And there's the Kohat, or Kohot, I believe, Kohot, Merari, Gershon, these specific clans within the tribe of Levi, I believe, who are responsible for carrying different parts of the tabernacle. And it says who has to carry which one, who carries the planks, and where they should locate themselves in the course of the wandering. One's to the south, one's to the east, one's to the west. It seems like a very incidental piece of information. I mean, why do we need to know? Why do you mean put into the Torah? You could just said, look, this tribe's carried things. Why such detail of who carried them, what they carried, where they should stand? Now, look, on the first hand, you'd say, well, look, the tabernacle, the Mishkan is a very important, this is central to our relationship with God. So it's honoring, to recognize this and how it was surrounded by these people. Okay, that's true. I want to go further is it's really, because to have your names and the tribes in the Torah is probably the greatest honor, to be recorded for eternity, is the fact that these are the essential workers, the laborers behind the scenes, who are making sure that the prayers and the worship and the rituals, in a sense, the whole relationship with God of the Bnei Israel, of the Jewish people, can happen. In so much of the Torah, it's Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. God spoke to Moshe, or Moshe and Aaron. They're always in the forefront. Maybe Miriam. But this section says, don't forget those people that let Moshe be Moshe. Moses can't be Moses if there aren't people willing to do the hard work to make sure that religion happens. These are people behind the scenes. These are people I call the religious essential workers. And first of all, it's so true even to this day, right? I can't do, my wife, Rabbi Jenny, any leader in a community can't do it on their own. It's so much focus is seen on the leadership, on the clergy, often, for various reasons. Understandably, look, this is our job. Our job is to do leadership. But leadership is only as strong as you have people to work with you and be with you and to volunteer and to do holy service. And every aspect of making religion happen, from the board meetings to those who help lead services, to those who help set up the space and clean the space. The people that are facility staff at our synagogue, they're not just, quote unquote, just cleaning or setting up. They are the essential workers of religion. They are just like Kohot, Merari, and Gershon, these tribes, these clans, that are making sure worship happens. It doesn't happen just in a vacuum. It requires holy service. I am so grateful to the people that take the time out of their lives to do this work, and often not for any personal accolade. They do it out of humility, out of sense that this is my job. My job is to serve in this particular way. I'm not going to be out in front. I'm going to be on the scenes. Many people won't see that work. But the Torah says, let's take a moment to honor them too. Without them, the relationship with God would not happen. So I want to say one more thing about this. The Torah teaches, when we were in Egypt, one of the interesting words, is a word only used a few times in Torah, said when the Jewish people were in Egypt, when our Bnei Israel we were being under suffering, what was the worst thing that the Egyptians did to us? I mean, they did many terrible things, right? But not just they enslaved us, is they treated us, it says, befarech. It's a very unique befarech. And it's not a clear word what befarech means. Severely, harshly is usually translated as. So rabbis go in to understand what befarech. Befarech, they explain, is not just harsh work, which is bad, or slave work, which is terrible. It was meaningless work. The worst suffering the Egyptians could put on us was telling us, like, take rocks from one place and just put it in another place. And when we asked why or what, there was no reason. It was done just because the Egyptians wanted to say, we can dominate you. And basically it was irrelevant busy work just to make us tired and make us feel dominated and sublimated and weak. It was demoralizing work. And this just shows you, any work can be seen as holy service or as demoralizing and put down. And this is not about how much you're compensated or whether in society it's a high status. It's about how you're treated, and it's about how you look at it. You know, I've learned this in so many different ways. One of them is like realtors. You know, I never experienced a realtor before I came to North Carolina. We had the blessing, thank God, to buy our first home 15 years ago or more. And I realized a realtor, I spoke to one of the realtors who helped us, a member of our congregation. They're not just selling houses and making a commission, although that's true, and they should, and they take care of their families too. I remember one of them saying to me, Rabbi, I feel so blessed. I am helping give a family a home, a place where, please God, they're going to have a place of safety and comfort, serenity in a challenging world. Not only that, a home is the biggest item usually that ever a person, if please God they're able to, ever owns and affords. It can be the place that secures for them a retirement. Please God, if they eventually sell it, and you know how it works economically, if it works right. I'm giving them security. So a realtor's work is not just making a commission on a house, although that's okay. Nothing wrong with making a living. Take care of a family too. But it's about, if you find that meaning in your work, it says, I'm serving something greater. I'm serving the holy needs of society. That can get you out of bed. It's the same thing with other work in our society. I mean, again, essential workers, I think, do it the most profoundly right now. The Amazon driver is not just simply, bringing something. They're providing important things that many people could not get if it wasn't for them. I feel so grateful. And the same thing with religion. No religious community functions simply based on the clergy or the clergy and a president. And not even just, by the way, just donations, although that's important too. We need to have tzedakah we're a nonprofit. We need people willing to volunteer their time that see this, and it's not all fun. It's tough sometimes, it's complicated, but they do it a sense of holy service, not meaningless work. And it gives meaning to their lives. It makes them feel like they're serving, and God says that should be recorded for eternity too. Not just Moshe, Aaron, Miriam, all the leaders. Also those clans that just schlep the planks. They are doing holy service too, and they always need to be honored. Not just during this pandemic time, but all the time. So I invite you as well, in your work, day to day. You may feel like, drudgery, I don't love every day. Fine. I mean, that's your secret. I don't love everything every day, okay? By even my work, and I generally love it actually, but in general. But the importance of work is, what can I find it as being a sense of holy service? That keeps that fire burning on a day-to-day basis, and that should be recognized by others, and I would say is even recognized by God in the Torah portion. Boker Tov, a sweet and healthy day. May you find meaningful work, whether that's work for money or work volunteering or work helping others, whatever that work means in this day and days to come. And may we honor all workers like the Torah does, who are doing things to make our society run in this challenging time. Shalom. Boker Tov.